We've got basically, it's so difficult to explain this to people from away. If you can imagine a kind of, I don't know, a TikTok account run by a 19-year-old college girl in charge of a G7 country.
The fact that Canada's been allied with the UN has also shaped our foreign policy in a rather unthinking manner, especially under Trudeau, who has no, what would you say, has what? No knowledge, no imagination?
Okay, here's Trudeau. Here's the thing about Trudeau.
Yeah.
There's really not much there. I hate to be uncharitable.
I think it's time to be uncharitable.
Okay. Well, there really isn't much there. He's. I think you've been very interested in the phenomenon of narcissism. There you go.
Well,
the world is a vanity mirror, and you have to remember when he came along, it sort of parallels the rise of Trump in the United States, right? When he was first elected, just a few months from the election of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump, said all these scary things about Muslims, and then Justin Trudeau, tweets, well, everybody's welcome to Canada. It doesn't matter. You can be a Muslim. We love you. The next thing you know, he's on the front page of the Rolling Stone magazine. He's the toast of, Vogue photo shoots. He's the leader of the free world.
Well, he was the poster boy for he is the poster boy for the progressive movement internationally, I would say.
Yeah.
And he is and the narcissism element, you talked about him to some degree as an empty drum, let's say, and I have made reference to him as a narcissist.
What we've got basically, it's so difficult to explain this to people from away. If you can imagine a kind of, I don't know, a TikTok account run by a 19-year-old college girl in charge of a G7 country. That's basically
14-year-old.
Okay. But anyway, so how does he present himself to the Liberal Party as a worthwhile leader of the party? And for this, he turned to McKinsey & Associates.
Consulting firm. Major
global consulting firm. The apologist for dictators everywhere. I don't know how many billions of dollars they've had to pay out in lawsuits for boosting OxyContin sales in the United States. A fellow by the name of Dominic Barton, who happened to be a Canadian, who spent half his life in China as the head of McKinsey. Trudeau brought him in, and essentially to add gravitas to his candidacy for the Liberal Party.
Under whose advisement did he bring in McKinsey? Do you know? Was that his idea? I don't imagine.
Well, it's a small town. It is a small town. It is a small town.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Ottawa.
He was essentially a function of the Canada-China Business Council. This is a really important thing for people to understand. His entire campaign was built around the proposition, and this is how he sort of lent gravitas to himself, that the key to the future is China. Canada's future is China. The middle-class prosperity is all about China, China, China. This he immediately accrued to himself a lot of money and a lot of power and a lot of help. The Desmarais Corporation, the Power Corporation in Montreal, those whole circles. And of course, his father, people don't like to talk about this when they talk about Pierre Trudeau, but he was probably the most important propaganda asset for the Chinese Communist Party during the Maoist period.